That's way better. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, so that was 1 minute of absolutely nothing, but for some reason, Anyway, so this is a Tame plate, and it's an 1865. Okay, and so it's an 800 year from 1065. So 1066 was the year that, yeah. And so so I mean, you may or may not know this kind of thing. It's a tame plate amplifier, and we use it for amplifying things that we want to, you know. This is like kind of part of my PDF that maybe I'll send around to a few people in a bit. And so let's see, there are a few things on this plate that we're amplifying. Okay, and I'll just describe the pieces first, like the components of the plate, and then the pieces. Okay, so there's the electroplate, okay, and then there's two burnished gold candlesticks. And then we have the pterodactyl guy. So he's kind of like a big birdie guy. Okay. He's on there. And there's the three rocks. We found them in our yard, but we're not, we don't have to show those too closely necessarily. And then there's this kind of nice decorative glass work. That's nice. Look at that. Oh yeah. And then I always like to have one of these on there. It's like the color and how it kind of like feels and stuff. But they're nice. Then of course the main part of it, of course, we've got the hippo. Okay. Because how could we do anything without a hippo, right? Not a hippie. No hi pie. No hi pie. No hi pie. My dad had to say that for. We'll see if it cuts up, yeah. Like a bunch of hours in a Mexican prison, like no hi pie. Yeah, it's a funny story. And this is Pikachu. Of course, yeah. Probably want to amplify Pikachu. I mean, I want to. Yeah, and that's like a thing you can do in your life. Game problem or something. So I'm just gonna remove each component and just kind of clean it, and I can show you how I'm cleaning it is with this cloth here, and you just kind of, that's normal. So this is probably not a very interesting video, except maybe it and this is a secret part where I'm gonna just I mean that actually means nothing at all, by the way. Like it really doesn't, but it's cool, like to be like pretend you're doing protocol signaling. Actually, one of my favorite stories about my dad, who's getting pretty old now, to be honest. I'm going to talk about him a little bit over the next while, assuming he's my dad or whatever, But because I never met him till I was 12, whatever, blah blah. But anyway, I invited him to a rave in Brooklyn, like a pretty heavy illegal affair. I forgot who was there that night. I know Larry was there actually. You know, the Larry of my era. You know, of course, not any other Larrys. The Brooklyn Larry of my era, who I can tell you about. I mean, I haven't talked to him for a long time, so I mean, and honestly, I spilled his drink that night on his girlfriend. Like his drink on his girlfriend. It was bad. It was bad. I was a mess that night. I was honestly a huge mess that night. Just sloppy mess in Brooklyn. My dad came at 9:30. I'd invited him to the party, you know, because you know we hang out, me and my dad and stuff. And my dad didn't want to pay cover, so he brought a big duffel bag, which is like not cool. Like he was like full of poles or something, like a big duffel bag full of poles. And he like did like a pseudo protocol signal, not like a real protocol signal that would actually but like a pseudo signal, which is an interesting notion if you ever want to think about notions. But he did like kind of a pseudo protocol signal to the bouncers. It was a pretty heavy affair, you know, to be honest, that night in terms of the security. Like honestly, if you knew the people, I won't say their names, who are running it or anything. I mean, they're cool guys. They're DJs and stuff. They're just like, it just doesn't really matter, you know. It doesn't really matter. There are a lot of people there, and you know, I mean, but it's just a funny story about my dad walking in, and like he has his duffel bag, and he just kind of like does this weird like little sign to them, and they're kind of like, okay, like this guy's like means business, you know. I'm not gonna clean off the pterodactyl because he never gets dirty. He's just, or no, maybe he is dirty. Holy shit, is this pterodactyl dirty? Holy shit, this pterodactyl has a dirty nose. Look at this. This pterodactyl has a dirty nose. Okay, alright. Oh man, this might even require a surgery. I better call up JRM. Hey. Hey, JRM. Reesmog. Can you perform a surgery on this pterodactyl? He says no. At least he answered. But he's going to go over there for now. I love how he answered there. Just kidding, you know, just kidding, of course, right, you know. Pikachu doesn't, I don't know, Pikachu is like just kind of, I don't know, what's wrong with this Pikachu? Oh, no, it's coming clean, actually. This Pikachu is nicely coming clean here. Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. Nice. Alright. We've been cooking a pasta sauce all day. It's so awesome. Cut up the onion, cut up the thing, like wait a while, you know, super hard broil stuff for a while, you know. And like put in the sauce. Oh, now I'm boiling water. I should go check on the water. Just hang on a second. No, the water's not even close to boiling yet. But this is actually, I'm going to show this rock. This is, you know, I don't. Yeah, this one's. It's cleaned off. This is some cool stuff up here in Sask. So, the hippo probably needs to get like thrown in a tub and inflated like by 2,000% or something. But now I'll just, you know, this is just for like for the viewers, you know. The Ninja Turtles showed this one last time. Where is this on here? Nice. A bit of salt. Heard this. Oh man, now you see how gross I am. Oh, my sin is revealed. Well, oh well. That's really gross though, eh? Frick. This is why I don't do things. Well, I better clean that off now too, right? Anyway. Yeah. Plate. I mean, it's pretty like we've been rocking this one. It's doing okay, and so I mean it does have the markings. I mean I can show the markings, but it doesn't really matter. You won't really find much with these markings, on the internet or anything, and that belongs in a museum. I always thought that was a strange line. Like, why not just like let the weird glasses guy do whatever he's doing with the Lost Ark or whatever. I don't know. But I should get some. Oh yeah, I've got this stuff here. So this is like heavy duty. I'm not going to use this right now though. That'll come out later. That's like for the. Oh, that's some crazy 3M. All we need right now is water, I think. Just. See here. This is pretty gross, honestly. This is a revelatory experience making this video. It's a good time. How, 8 minutes? Wow. By the way, this is weed resin. If anyone's wondering, like what this substance is here, it's THC resin. For anyone who's wondering, because I smoke way too much weed all the time apparently, and it just like gets like this is just disgusting. But it is coming out nicely, and I think it's making for pretty good content in a way. Like, I mean, this is pretty niche content, but so like I've had this desk since I was 6 years old. It's the dimensions are approved, by me. Like particularly for doing audio production, when you're having a set of main speakers in kind of I would call it a near mid. It's not really midfield, like if we're honest. But near field, it means something pretty specific when we're talking about that kind of thing. I mean, near field, you can almost like hear the individual drivers almost to a point. But midfield, I mean, let's see, I can get the tape measure out. I mean, yeah, Dougie or Rich probably would say it's midfield, Anyway, okay, that's 10 minutes. Gotta turn this shit off. So I started to reassemble it, but I thought I should maybe just for the sake of whatever posterity, as my mom would say, just document the reassembling. So this is reassembling the contents of the Tame plate, because that's important. The actual contents, I mean, the sequence and the shape, that's all important too, for sure. So I think that's everything. Is this one part of it? This. Yeah. I guess it kind of fits in there. Yeah. Sure. It's a bit more of a rough stone, but oh, Pterodactyl Falls. That'd be a good place name in a game.